thought I would chat with you lovely people and see what we get in here for people. Please remember, though, to click like as soon as you get in. Please drop me comments. Drop comments down below the video under if you miss it. I'm hoping to get a decently long stream here, right? We need to hit our 3 hours still for the day. I've done 2 hours, 20 minutes approximately. So again, we're just going to get in, try to get a little more. We'll probably get it all in one go. It might go over, we'll see. Just see how it goes. If we get a really productive stream, though, with a lot of people, it could really be good. All right? So we never know how these are going to do. The last couple did pretty decent, though, in terms of overall views. I'm happy with them. Got the training vlog up, so done with all the lifting for the week. It's just going to be cardio, other videos up until Monday. Going to have some client blogs coming up. Got Gustav's stuff. His is ready for me to rip and download all of it and put it all up. Cameron says, "What's up, Coach?" I'm doing good, Cameron. We're just finishing up this cardio for the day. Been pretty productive morning. We've got a pretty good amount of stuff done. Hopefully I need to pick up some more coaching clients or consultations. Had inquiries on both, but we'll see how they pan out. Had some people last month tell me they might be interested in coming on towards the end of this month too, people. We'll see. But yeah, just going to get in, get this cardio done. I hope I get some good, solid conversations here. Always keeps it interesting. Just got off the phone with my bro a little bit ago. He's helping him with some stuff. But yeah, free to get in here and get this done. Is it normal to get sore in my lower traps after RDLs? I don't know that it's normal per se, but it's probably common. Meaning it happens. I mean, that area gets worked hard. So is it like a one-off thing, or are you getting sore every single week doing them? You know, you shouldn't be getting sore every week. But if you're coming in and getting soreness on them from time to time, I don't think that's unreasonable, right? I mean, it's going to happen. That area gets worked really hard, especially if you go heavy. George says, "Man, you can't even get my name right. You don't need to add 17 extra letters, bro. It's very straightforward. Not every time, but occasionally." No, Cameron, I think that's normal. Are you going pretty heavy on them? Like, if you're going heavy on a Romanian deadlift, I don't see that being super uncommon. Obviously, you don't want it every time, but I mean, yeah, especially if they're really heavy. I mean, if you're doing them really light for high reps, no. But if you're putting some respectable weight on that bar and you're getting down, you know, yeah, I don't think that's unreasonable, because think about what's involved, especially if you're going heavy on them. Heavy being relative, of course. It's not uncommon for that whole mid-back a little bit to maybe get a little bit sore, because it works very, very hard as a stabilizer on those. And when you go heavy, think about the extra load being placed on that mid-back at the bottom, right? Makes sense? Especially if you're going pretty deep on them, that makes sense, because you think about that stress being put there in that middle, on that moment arm. Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. As long as it's not sharp pains later, you should be fine. Definitely an area that can get DOMS from that, though. Again, if you're going heavy. I wouldn't worry about it a whole lot. Yeah, that makes sense, Coach. Thank you. You're welcome, bro. Glad I've been able to help you, man. See, look, we're 3 minutes in. We're already helping people. All right? That's what we want to see in these streams. Actual, real, helpful conversations. Right, that benefits people. All right, we can get some more likes in here, though. Let's get this view count up. And I'm hoping we're going to have a solid, good, productive stream here. Wondered Waffle. I don't know what you just wrote, Plexer. Good morning, John. Splat over here says going live twice in one day. This is number three. This is the third big one. This is normal, dude. This is what I'm doing with my cardio. It's either here or Facebook, pretty much. Right? We stream all the cardio. Is there a specific brand of bacon? No. I don't sit around eating bacon these days, dude, honestly. This is not good for you. Jake, unfortunately, it falls under the category of junk food. You know? If I must be the bearer of bad news. There's like 4 of you commenting and only 1 like, though. My hamstring is cramping. Let's see if we can straighten this hamstring out. That's the problem with the bike on a leg day. Give me a moment here, guys. Stretch that hamstring. There we go. See if we can keep this going, or if we're going to have to call it. BLTs are good, though. Plastic, I don't understand your comment, dude. I don't understand your comment. But I'm going to try to lay back here and see if I can keep that leg from bending as much. I'm definitely getting a hamstring cramp. That sucks. It's what happens on a leg day, and then I have to do the bike because I couldn't stay connected outside, unfortunately. John, I'm not a video game player at all these days, and I've never really liked Call of Duty now, even when I did play video games. Not my thing. Cameron, tell them, man, get them likes up, guys. Well, I don't know why you're coming into a fitness channel talking about loving BLTs, man. I can't help you there, dude. I mean, you're going to need a lot of junk food. There's going to be, right? Going to be consequences to your health, right? Or you could just not eat junk food. You don't have to. You don't have to eat junk food, dude, to be happy. I don't. Yeah. Yeah, BLT it's got bacon on it, bro. Come on. I mean, does anybody really think bacon is healthy? You have to be diluting yourself if you're going to throw bacon into a health food. Single ingredient foods, man, that's generally what you're looking for healthy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with bacon. Yeah, bacon's definitely unhealthy. Huge amounts of saturated fat, nitrates, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, tell the people from 600 Pound Life. Yeah, I usually put paprika and garlic on my chicken. That's my norm. Or you can tell there's some spices on it when you look at the pictures, John, right? Clearly see some sort of spice when it's coming out of the oven. All right, I think that hamstring cramp's a little more manageable. All right, good. Only stopped for about 5 seconds, but I just needed it to get used to this after I ate. I've actually seen a person from 600 Pound Life in person. I've never seen them even not in person. I'm aware the show exists, but I've never seen it. Turkey bacon. Well, I don't know about turkey bacon. I don't stand around looking at stuff like that. I just know about normal bacon. I don't know why we're eating things like that. Have a look at the photos, ask more, because some seasonings, I mean, some could. Probably not the end of the world with some of those, though, to be fair, in the grand scheme of things, compared to, just adding straight butter or refined sugars. That's near the top of your list for bad stuff. No, I just do spices. I'm not like taking a seasoned mix usually. She was on there and showed her working out with the PT at the gym. You went to, okay, cool. I don't know who that is. This police text guy is weird. He keeps talking about weird stuff. I have no idea what he's talking about. This was ROM 2020. She's still the same size. Well, man, that's sad to hear that a person was 600 pounds before and they still are. Hey, John, I have no idea what you just wrote. And I'm just going to start getting rid of weirdos, guys. Right? Because you're just talking weird. I have no concept of what any of you are talking about. Can unhealthy food still lose weight? Sure, if you're in a calorie deficit. It's still harder to do with some of those foods, though. Like John, I have no idea what you just wrote. Like your line has some English words in it, but I have no clue what any of that means. All right. Jason, I think people that are severely obese have a lot of stuff going on beyond just eating too many calories. Obviously. But the eating too many calories is what's causing them to be fat. That is a physical cause. You're saying there's usually some other emotional stuff, sometimes some hormonal stuff that affects appetite. So generally, any of those medical conditions that are contributing is due to your appetite. It's not your metabolism. It's usually you're hungrier. Like literally, that's what things like PCOS, that's the reason. But yeah, ultimately it is too many calories. John says the Kinder Blend is a mix of seasoning. Okay, no, I've never heard of that. Yeah, I have no idea. I never even heard of that. So that's why it didn't make any sense. I'm like, the Kinder Blend, like you were going, I'm like, in something about your libido, and I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Actually, they seem to have a weird thing where food is comfort or like a drug. Well, that's common for a lot of people who, just in America, in our society in general, isn't it? No, John, you don't have to be sorry for asking. I had no idea what you were saying. So go back and imagine that a person doesn't know what Kinder Blend means and then read your sentence again. It didn't make any sense. What kind of foods do you recommend nowadays for bulking? What are you trying to do with your bulk? I mean, assuming a slow bulk, or are you someone really struggling? I mean, just eat a clean, normal diet with a small amount of extra food. If you're someone who struggles to eat, I really like nut butters and things, like Greek yogurt with peanut butter and stuff added. For people who struggle with calories, what I recommend to my hard gainers. And I'm talking guys who are literally struggling to get above 150 pounds. You know, I get some of those. But I don't think it's necessarily a kind of food, just eat clean, whole foods like everyone else. How do you feel about dirty bulks? I don't think you should dirty bulk at all. John, if you're just going to be fat and unhealthy, you're not going to gain any more muscle versus just doing a lean bulk, right? Jason, would hip thrust, SSB, pen squats, sissy squats, reverse hypers be a good session? Maybe, yeah, it could be. A lot of decent movements in there. I mean, it doesn't tell me everything about it or what's going on with all of it, but that's decent exercise selection. I don't know what all you're doing with it, with your progression or goals with it. But as far as those 4 exercises, you're covering a lot of good ground with the lower body. I don't know about SSB pen squats outside of training maxes though. For rep work, maybe, I don't know. It sounds like unless you're doing some very specific weak point training as a supplemental lift. I get knee pain from a lot of leg extensions. Well, that's fair, you don't have to do them. Cameron says, Jason, I used to be overweight when I was a child and then I cut in my late teens, which is a struggle restricting my food. Now I'm able to easily maintain a healthy weight without thinking restricting. You got older, you got used to better habits. You probably have more muscle. You train, you probably overall find it easier to eat clean because of good habits. So different habits change. Those habits will affect the way you perceive food. They'll affect your appetite, right? You know? Swervin says, just got sent a link, are you saying? No, you didn't. All right. Jay, I tried to use the SSB on box squats, and when on the box I felt it wasn't good for my back, almost like doing a front box squat. Well, it's very similar. In a lot of ways, it's similar to a front squat because of the nature of the SSB, right? The nature of the beast, it pitches you forward. That's the whole point of the SSB. That's why you use it. So if I'm not a hard gainer, I should probably just eat a healthy whole foods with a little extra fats. Yeah, some extra healthy fats. Really easy, Jake. I mean, again, if you want to be healthy and have the best recovery, best workouts, you should just eat healthy whole foods for the most part. Keep your protein high enough to gain muscle, you know. Make sure your carbs are high enough to fuel your training. And the whole foods help with health and recovery. I mean, in other words, I'll give you an example. You could do chicken, rice, vegetables, some peanut butter, you know. It's all good. Pen squats. Pen squats felt much better getting the pause from the bottom to control the rate of motion when using the SSB. Okay. All I'm saying is I don't know if that particular is a good primary. So what are your goals out of it? Would be my real question, Jay. I'm not against the exercise. I'm just saying, understand what your goals are. You're doing something you could literally just do a back squat and get the same thing. Might just go with a back squat instead of a SSB pen squat as a primary movement. So it depends on what you're training for, what you're trying to get out of the exercise. If you're using it as just a hypertrophy exercise to get bigger, I don't know that that would be my choice. If you're using it for certain types of power or strength carryover, it could be. Make sense? This is a serious question. Do you know of any stretches or good workouts to help maximize blood? No, never heard of such a thing. For the SSB because of shoulder elbows. Okay, fair enough. I've been doing push-ups on. So in that case, you could just do a normal squat instead of a box or a pin squat. You could just do a back squat with it if you're just trying to get bigger. All right. I've been doing pull-ups with gymnastics rings for high rep volume. Okay, if you like it. I don't like gymnastics rings personally, but if you do, I don't have a problem with it. King Bond the Darkness says, hello King. I'm glad to have royalty in my life. Does SSB build back stabilizers muscles better? The upper back it can, potentially. Trying to develop strength out of the bottom. Okay. All right. So why don't you just do pause squats with the SSBJ instead of the pin squats? Pause squat will probably do that a little better. If you were asking me, you know, what you should do with it. Because a pin squat's not going to teach you that to the same degree because you're not having to stay tight. You can get loose on a pin squat. Because hello, Jason. Hello, Pistac. Is this be better for quad since it moves the weight more forward? I don't personally always believe that's the case, no. Is Rich Piana big? Rich Piana is dead. He's pretty small at this point. Jason, I noticed with the SSB after racking it, I feel a weird lightheaded sensation. Yeah, I do too sometimes. That's normal with that bar. The nature of the beast, the way it presses down. Like I said, it's a bar I have always had a love-hate relationship with. For a basketball player who doesn't want to get pushed around on the basketball court, should he bulk to get strong? He could slow bulk to gain muscle just like everyone else. He's not trying to get fat. He shouldn't fast bulk. The only reason to bulk fast is because you want to be fat. And some guys want to compete in a really heavy weight class and don't mind a big belly. You don't bulk fast for any other reason. Coach, what's a good and balanced incline bench to bench ratio? I don't really know. I don't know that we have a perfect ratio to even determine that. Maybe 10 or 15% lighter. What kind of training would you recommend for someone trying to get into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Probably put them on conjugate. How tall am I? 5'9". I'm just getting into it and I want to get up to 360 for 5 rep sets. Okay, cool. I would get stronger through eating more. But if you're just getting fat leverages, it's not muscle strength. My coach thinks I should eat big to get big. Okay, well, how big you need to gain slow enough that it's muscle, not just gaining fat. King Vaughn says, I'm 6'4". Okay, cool, man. You're in a pretty rare statistical demographic at 6'4". I know people in that range. I have cousins in that range. I have friends in that range, though. Cool, pretty tall dude. Get those likes up, by the way, guys. Come on. Let's get this stream popping better. How much can you deadlift? Darkness, go to my homepage on this channel. Go to my homepage and watch the video. You'll tell me how much is on the bar listed in the title. There's your answer, my friend.